This method is a surefire way to progress as quick as you possibly can by training in multiple dimensions. What do I mean by this? You have to expose yourself to the information again and again on as many different dimensions as possible. Now, a dimension can be explaining it to somebody else. This is often why they say coaching can help you learn. A dimension can be writing it down in your notebook after class. A dimension, and this is an interesting one, could be a mental repetition. If after class you sit and you intentionally set some time aside, some people do this on their drive home, some people set specific time aside, maybe in the shower, they think about class, they think about what they could have done better, they think about what went well, they simply reflect. And I don't know about you, but in my mind, I can sort of sit and close my eyes and just walk through the motions of what it feels like to do the moves that I was drilling. Because if I do them enough times, you sort of have that feeling in your body. It's sort of, if you've ever been in a wave pool where you go up and down and up and down, and you can sort of close your eyes and still feel that feeling even though you're not in the wave pool. That's what Brazilian Jiu Jitsu to me can feel like if I've done it enough times. It's like, okay, ooh, and that's what it feels like to do the move. So you can do those mental repetitions. Another way you can expose yourself to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is video. If you find videos online demonstrating technique, you can watch it. You can watch competition footage and try to imagine what people are thinking about in the matches. Try to wonder why they're going for this and why they're going for that. Then you can go a level beyond and watch other people break down and go what they think the other people are thinking about. And so that's other dimensions. Then you can go one step further, which is the type of video that I'm doing where we're just talking about theoretical things in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not necessarily showing you techniques, but that's not to say these types of videos aren't going to make you get better in the long run. It's just a different dimension of looking at your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And why does this help you get better? A couple reasons. First of all, it's just overall volume. Obviously, if someone is going to class once or twice a week and another person is going to class 4 times a week and is also watching videos and is also doing all these extra study things and explaining it to other people and talking about it and thinking about it and writing it down and studying at home, they're going to be better. Duh. But let's say it's about average with the same total number of hours training. But you have one person who's only going to class, and you have another person who's going to class plus exposing themselves along different dimensions to the information related to what they're practicing. The person who's exposing themselves to the moves in a bunch of different ways is going to be able to quickly reference it, because your memory doesn't necessarily work like a computer where it's like this piece, then that piece, and that piece, and that piece. The more ways you're able to relate back to a specific topic, the quicker you're going to be able to reference it. So if you're in class and you've seen a triangle and you realize that, okay, one instructor has shown me doing it this way, another instructor has shown me doing it this way, and the reason why is X and the reason why is Z, and there are common principles across them, and it also just so happens to correlate to another motion that I've done in a different sport but is somewhat related to this grappling encounter. Now, I can say all those words and it takes me forever to say them, but in my mind it's just quick connections, and then it all comes back to be one common principle. It's like you've seen a bunch of different dogs, but you can just instantly say, oh, that's a dog, because you see all the commonalities across the dogs. You don't necessarily be, that's a German Labradoodle Retriever pup. Like, you can see the commonalities because you have made a framework for that thing. And this thing can be a individual move, it can be a concept, it can be a overall strategy and game plan. It can be as big or as small as you want it. But the more things you're able to relate to, the better you're going to be able to recall information. And in fact, the quicker you're actually going to be able to learn things. The more you know, the easier it is to learn things. If you're a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I guarantee you're going to be able to learn a new technique and get it down to the point where you could do it in a live match way faster than a white belt. Why? Well, he has all these other things to reference it off of. He's already seen so many different variations on this joint lock or choke or whatever it may be. Then you can just be, oh, that's just like the other move that I did. Oh, it's just because you had these different ways to reference it. So exposing yourself along different dimensions will allow you to learn quicker, faster, more. It will allow you to recall better. It's going to take more time and more investment, but truly learning at different ways and different angles is the best way to learn something fast. So if you're trying to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fast, think about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu all the time and practice it and teach it and learn about it and study it in all the ways you can possibly think of. Thanks for watching. Support the channel by leaving me comments down below of things to talk about. down below, because I respond to them and I will make videos because that's where I get inspiration from. Peace.